Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're going to fish deep weed lines for largemouth bass on Delavan Lake.
Hey, John Gillespie!
Just a big, beautiful fish.
Oh, is that awesome? Holy moly! Oh my God! It's a huge fish! It's a huge fish!
This is amazing.
Who do you got?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, folks, Delavan Lake is one of our favorite bass lakes in the entire state of Wisconsin, maybe even the Midwest. But when you get into mid to late August, Matt, these fish can be tough to catch, but not for the way you do it. You look for deep weed edges, right?
Yeah, John, it's all about the deep weed edges, finding them with the hummingbird. I like the inside turns, the weed points that come out, and all the game fish are out there and all the bait, because the water's still in the high 70s right now.
Right, now I'm taking a look at it right now, and that's a pretty good wall of weeds right there. Then when you get to about 15 feet of water, it drops off and there's sporadic weeds. But this is where the bluegills, the crappies, and the little perch hang out, and that's why the big fish are there?
Yeah, there's gonna be 3 key spots to fish just in the weeds, about 5 to 8 feet just into the weeds, right on the weed line, and then fishing those sporadic weeds off the weed line are the 3 main spots that I focus on.
So today we'll be focusing on anywhere from 10 to 25 feet of water?
Exactly.
And we'll catch some fish?
I hope we will.
Well, hey, we got some special guests. Should we introduce those guys after the break?
Sounds like a plan.
Hey folks, we'll show who we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
The Lure Lock tackle box system is the best way to organize your bait.
Hey, you got to check this out, Blake. You know, crankbaits are really expensive. With Lure Lock, they stay in place all the time. The paint doesn't chip, my hooks stay sharp. This is really the way to go.
For more information, go to lurelock.com.
Folks, with all the rain we've had this summer, what does that mean, Jack?
There's lots of black flies, mosquitoes, and lots of ticks.
So what do?
We use common insect repellent.
And the reason, Henry, that we use Coleman insect repellent is they have a formula for everyone in the family. For the littler kids like Jack and Christina, I like the Skin Smart DEET Free. And I just put a little bit of that on them in the morning, and that gives them 8 hours of protection. Right, Jack?
Yeah.
Okay, Henry, for you and I, we're a little bit bigger, so we use the insect repellent that is called
The Sportsman formula.
Sportsman formula. It has 40% DEET in it. I put it like on you and on your legs like that, buddy. And what does that do?
That protects us from the bugs.
For 8 hours.
The all-new Yamaha Wolverine X2. Purpose-built for exploring tight technical terrain. And boasting next-level versatility. No other side-by-side delivers this level of proven off-road performance. The all-new Wolverine X2 from Yamaha. Let us make this absolutely clear. The days of wasted casts and missed opportunities are over. New Mega Imaging takes fishing into the megahertz range for the first time, because higher frequency sonar means higher frequency of this. Without a doubt, it's the most detailed picture of the world below ever. And it's only from Humminbird.
Hey folks, welcome back. As I mentioned at the top of the program, on Delavan Lake with my buddy Matt Bashonich. And Matt, you always take care of us when we have guests. And your name, sir?
Kevin Wadhams.
And your name?
Julie Wadhams.
And you guys won this trip how?
A fundraiser for
Christian Young Life.
Young Life, nice. And I'm glad to have you along. And your buddy Steve the Homer True actually been on the trip.
Set it up for us.
And set it up for you. And he's on ESPN Radio?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, good luck today. And you know, Matt's hard to get along with.
Okay.
So you guys
do our best.
You guys will be in the front of the boat. But start out again fishing the weed lines and using baits that get down.
That's the plan.
Well, Matt, I guess I'm going to be the first to connect today, buddy. And what I'm doing is casting a 5-inch jerk minnow along the weed edge. Let's see what we got. Feels like a bass in it. Whoa, this is a tank. This is a big fish, Matt. Whoa, look at the size of this bass, you guys. That's the way to start the day, Matty B. Wow, that is a beauty. And I'll tell you what, did he ever eat that too?
Wow.
My jerk minnow. You know, we've caught them bigger out here, Matt, but I think that this is one of the interesting things, folks, about fishing Delavan Lake is there's a one fish, a 17-inch size limit out here, so not many of these bass are kept. That's why there's a lot of real nice size ones. That's about 17, 18 here, Matt. But using that jerk minnow is not a bad idea when everybody else is throwing WAC-Os, right?
John, actually, it's one largemouth over 18 inches.
One over 18,
Right.
But that's what's really helped this lake, hasn't it?
Absolutely. The fish, there's a ton of bait in here. The fish are super thick, stocky, and there's a lot of them.
What do we got there, Matty?
It's not a giant, but it's a fish, John.
Well, I know that when you guide out here, you usually average 20, 30 bass a day. That's not too bad.
No, it's not
You
bad.
average 20, 30 bass a day.
Right.
And this time of year, do you even bother with the shallow water?
I mean, you can. The piers, there's always fish shallow, John, on all lakes in Wisconsin. There's always fish using the shade in the shallow weeds, but I think it's more effective, and you're going to catch more numbers out here off the weeds and right in the weeds and off the weeds in the deeper water. Hooked up, Johnny.
All right, Matty B. We got to get our guests to catch a fish, Matt.
Oh, they will.
Is that a nice one?
Yeah, I need the net on this one.
And
That's a nice one.
nice bass, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Nice bass.
That's a chunker.
Now, what we got to tell the folks, you know, we got a hot, humid day, and we got storms coming this afternoon, and we've been out here about an hour and a half. This is a little slow for normal, huh?
Yeah, it's slow. I don't know if it's just these flat calm and these fish just aren't active, but fishing deep, John, I'll tell you what, I love the middle of the day a lot of times, so that 11 to 2 o'clock can be really good out here.
As I mentioned before, folks, I'm in the back of the boat, so I'm fishing parallel to the weed line, and I'm just using a jerk minnow, and I'm trying for pike, walleye, or bass, whatever I hit. They all hang out on those weed lines. But when you guys casting into the weeds, you're using two different types of plastic worms, huh?
Yeah, John, so one, I like the WAC-O Worm with the WAC-O jig. It's weedless. You can fish it through the weeds. You can fish it out deep. You just got to really slow your cadence down. And from what I'm seeing the first hour out here is it's really calm, fishing slow right now to get bites. The second one is the weenie worm. My preferred way to fish it is on a drop shot with about a 2-foot lead, so it kind of stays up above the weeds. Better one, Johnny.
Now I'm wondering if it's the old front of the boat
I want to
that's
see
catching
this
all
one.
the fish there.
Drag screamer.
Is it really? You
Oh,
need
yeah.
the net?
Yep, blocky
Okay,
net
here
this
it comes.
one. Kevin's gonna scoop it.
All right, Kevin.
There's a
well
good
done
one.
there, Kevin.
Thank you,
Hey,
sir.
Kevin, go up there and stand with Matt, if you would, please, because I need to ask you what it's like to be on a guide trip. Get right up there, Kevin. I want to ask you what it's like to be on a guide trip when the guide's catching all the fish.
Seems to be a stereotypical guide trip right here, but that's all right. He's doing well. Working hard for it.
Are you going to show him what to do?
Yeah,
there,
the
Matt?
guests are gonna catch them.
He's
They
simply
will.
catching the bait today. They make
Hey,
big issues.
hey.
It's about time,
I'll
right?
tell you, Kevin, you have worked hard there, dude. That's not bad. Just flip them in. Not bad at all. Hey, Kevin, hold that up there, buddy. Hey, want to tell the folks that you own a fine restaurant in Wauwatosa, correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you guys serve over there?
Fish today, thanks to you, John.
No. What do you guys have?
Oh, I don't.
We do breakfast and lunch predominantly.
And homemade
Fish
ice
fries
cream?
on Friday, and we do make our own ice cream. Yes, sir.
Another drop shot on the weenie worm.
That is interesting. They really want the presentation extremely slow.
Super slow today.
Super slow. You got to
Really slow.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah, it is.
But you know, it really is interesting, folks. And we spent the first hour and a half without a bite. The key today on these calm, hot days is slow, right?
Yeah, big time. Look at big pike gashed him.
And what's that hit feel like, Matt? Just a tick?
Yeah, they just come in and suck it in. You just feel dunk or a couple couple thumps. That's why you always keep your rod at a 45. Keep the tension. They come up and just suck that worm, and as you can see right there.
Kevin just got one. Matt's got one. You need the net, Matt?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah. Here it comes. Somebody help with the net up there. Somebody help with the net. Ooh, there's a dandy.
Oh, yeah.
That is a dandy, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
That was a good one.
That is a beautiful fish, pal. How big have you gotten them in here, Matt?
I've seen them pushing 6. I mean, 5.5, 5 3/4, a real trophy out here, but there's 6-pounders in here.
I was just wondering if this bass fishing was totally a spectator sport, but no, I'm taking part. You know that?
Nice job.
Oh, look at that. That's a pretty nice fish, man. He's staying down pretty good.
There's good ones that live around here.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
There. Oh, yeah. Isn't that a nice fish there, Matty?
Chunker.
And what did I just say to you during that cast, Matt? What did I just say to you during that cast?
You said...
I'm working really hard.
You are, and you're due for a bite, and you had a bluegill bite during that cadence, and I came back and said, a lot of times when you get bluegills to bite,
I think this might be the biggest fish of the day, Matt.
That's a nice fish.
Yeah, I think that really is. No, but I was actually complaining to you. But no, this is just a slow day of fishing, and don't give up, folks, when you're on these deep weed lines. Just keep trying, because you're going over fish all the time.
Absolutely. We're marking way too much bait, and the morning was a lot slower, and I've seen it vice versa. The afternoon's been much better, and tomorrow it could be the morning, could be the bite.
Yeah, but look at that, folks. That's pushing what, close to 4?
Yeah, 3 3/4.
Yeah.
That's a good thick fish.
Matty B! Matty B! Oh, that looks like a decent fish. You need the net, Matt?
Yeah, let's net this one.
Okay, here you go, buddy. I'll give it to Kevin.
Yeah, not a giant.
Oh, not bad. There you go, Matty B.
Solid fish.
You know what I love about doing this show with you every summer out here? Kevin, how are you, buddy? Good? Well, what I love about doing this show out here every year, Matt, is the fact that we've got jet skis, speedboats, pontoons, water skiers, and that really doesn't bother the deep bite, huh?
No, I mean, we just had jet ski zip us at 50 feet away, and 30 seconds later caught that fish, so.
We were fishing Lake Delavan in Delavan, Wisconsin, a 1-hour drive from Milwaukee, 1 hour from Chicago, and 3.5 hours from Minneapolis.
The Kalen's Google Eye swim bait features a built-in glass rattle in the head that puts off awesome vibration and noise. Also features a wire keeper that locks on your favorite soft plastic paddle tail. The Kalen's Google Eye swim bait, available in 4 sizes and 4 colors.
I switched to the Evinrude E-Tech G2 3 years ago, and I'll tell you what, the raw power in this engine just blows me away. The whole shot, even with a 21-foot fiberglass boat, gets me up on plane just like a jet engine. And even with all that torque and power, I get the best gas mileage in the industry. And listen to this, there's no oil changes, and the E-Tech G2 winterizes itself with the push of a button. There's no scheduled maintenance for the first 5 years, and Evinrude has the best customer coverage package available. The E-Tech G2 is built right here in Wisconsin. For a dealer near you, go to evinrude.com.
The brand new and updated Amsoil Midwest Fishing Report is now available. For up-to-date video fishing reports from all over the Midwest, go to amsoil.com/MFR. That's amsoil.com/MFR.
The Lure Lock Tackle Box system is the best way to keep your baits in great shape.
You know, this system is really awesome, Blake. You never want dull hooks on your crankbaits when you're fishing. With the TackLogic technology, your baits stay in shape and your hooks stay really sharp, so you won't miss that big one on your next fishing trip.
Get locked down with the Lure Lock Tackle Box. For more information, go to lurelock.com.
Oh, I moved up front with you here, buddy.
Yeah.
Just so I could see what. Whoa, this is a. Yeah, give me Blake. Net.
It's a good one.
This. Oh, boy, they don't. Once they see that net,
Oh,
man.
they're nuts.
Don't they? Oh, that's a Jim Dandy right there, man. Beautiful, beautiful fish.
There we go, John.
Yeah, that's a beauty here. Yeah, that's a nice fish.
Yeah, it is. Nice bill.
And still we haven't gotten one today that is the Delavan size bass that you and I are used to.
Right, that 5+. But
And I think anybody that's fishing shallow today has got to be struggling because these weed line fish are not as active as normal. Because you're seeing a lot of bait, aren't you?
ton of bait out here.
Yeah,
Ton of bait off the weed lines. And yeah, they're just making us work. You get days like that.
One other thing I want to mention too, and you know, you and I have talked about many times over the years, that bass do school up. You get a bass like that, put it on spot lock, and fan cast the whole area.
Yep.
Huh?
As soon as I hooked that one, we've been on spot lock ever since we just started here talking. So I'm hoping we get 1 or 2 more in this little area. There's some really good weeds here, and they should be right in the weeds or right off of them.
Hey, look at Julie. She took my spot in the back of the boat.
Okay, go slow.
Julie, turn around and smile. You got yourself a bassaroo there. Nicely done. Were you ready for that?
Oh, yes. I can do it.
No, really. Were you were thinking you were confident, right?
Yes, I figured it was my turn.
And what do? You're a teacher.
I'm a math teacher, yes.
At?
Tulsa West High School.
And are the kids nice to you all the time?
Of course.
Are they really?
Yes.
No, that's great. So you're almost ready to go back to school, huh?
Yes. 2 weeks.
That's a major pike.
This is worth it.
This is a very nice pike. I want you to get this. There we go. Look at that, Matt.
Nice fish.
Matt, that is a gorgeous pike right there, buddy. Oh, take a look at that. Beautiful fish, huh?
Very nice, yes.
And you were just telling me earlier what?
My favorite fish to catch.
Is a northern pike.
Yes, sir.
And Matt, that's pretty common out here, buddy?
Yeah, they're all eating the same thing. And heck, last week on this stretch, I think we had 6, and we had 2 that were bigger than that. And that's a beautiful fish. So there's a lot of nice pike in here too.
A good fight too, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was worth it.
All right, I'm going to let this go. This is getting to be fun right before the storm
they're
moves
starting
in.
to go now.
All right, come on up, Blake. Nobody's seen you on TV all day today. Whoa! He did slap the Gillespie in the neck with the fish, flip it.
I switched to a football jig and a bait caster.
Boy, are you and I struggling today, huh?
Yeah, I haven't gotten one bite, but that's okay.
Wait, what do we got here, Matt? This is a new bait.
This is a new extension of a Google Eye series. It's a Google Eye football jig, so it has the weed guard, the brush guard on there. And with a football jig, John, the jig is super wide to fish through gravel, sand, and all that. So it's an extra large rattle in there, and it's really loud.
Oh, so the rattle is right here, folks, on each side of the bait. And as you're swimming that jig, it's making noise.
Oh, absolutely. And then we have it with a brush guard on there, so I can fish it through weeds and cover. And then I just put a creature type of plastic on there.
Yeah, hold that real still next to the fish once. I got it.
It'll imitate a crayfish or a bluegill. And yeah, I lifted it once and he's crushed it.
What do you think of that?
That is awesome. I should try that.
Well, we should try something.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty sad.
Not working out. Today I'm cooking the Johnsonville better with cheddars, but Maddie B forgot the buns. So what should we do, Kevin?
We could just cut them up, put some toothpicks in, use them for a tailgate, brewer game, Packer game, any sporting event, they'd be great.
Well,
How is it?
It is an amazing smoked sausage with a plethora of cheese.
Johnsonville better with cheddar. Find them at your local retailer today.
we just had our you know why you caught that fish?
Why is that?
Because Kevin just tasted his Johnsonville. Can you flip him in? Oh, nicely done, Matt. Is that a beauty? And we still have not come across a 4 or 5 pounder like we normally do out here.
Right.
Can you smell those Johnsonville better with cheddar?
Well, yeah, I figured I better plug one real quick before I eat one of those cheddars.
What was that one on now?
That was drop shot in the weenie worm.
Drop shotting. And that's a method too that works
Sinker.
really well. Yeah. Well, let's hold that up once and I'll show the folks. Okay, so your hook is up here with the weenie worm on it.
Yep.
And then this small sinker sits on the bottom, so your weenie worm sits about 1.5 feet off. And you just cast out, fish the bottom, and jiggle real slow, right?
Yeah, keep your rod at a 45 and keep a tight line, but don't lift the sinker off the bottom. Don't drop your tip. That's the biggest mistake people make.
Whoa! We are in Northern Pike Heaven here. What are we going to do here?
Yeah, we are. Flip 'em in.
Oh my gosh, look at him. Oh, Addie B. Hold him up there. Is that on that football jig again?
Yeah, it's on the Google Eye football jig, John.
Well, it's an
15-pound cigar, fluorocarbon, and a bait caster, so you can swing them like that.
That's one thing I do want to talk about is the fluorocarbon that you're using, and it is cigar. And why do you believe so heavily in that?
I mean, strong, and it doesn't have bad memory. So I fish it on spinning rods, I fish it on bait casters, I drop shot with the 8-pound, and it's just strong, and it's the line that has never failed me. So once you get confident in something, you stay with it.
And you know what I'm doing with mine is I run that high-vis smackdown 20-pound test, and then I can just change my leader to whatever cigar fluorocarbon pound test I want to use that day. Sometimes 4 for crappies, up to 20 for Lakers. But that cigar is abrasion proof too when it comes to zebra mussels and stuff like that.
Yeah, people should just go on the internet and find out how to tie double uni knot. That's the best thing to whether you're fishing 10, 15, 20-pound braid, cigar braid, and then go 6, 8-pound, splice it in for walleyes and bass and all that, and go all the way up to 15 depending on for big game fish.
My grandpa's got breaking news from Fleet Farm.
Hey Jack, check this out. Stowaway utility box sets on sale at Fleet Farm right now. They even got the Fleet Farm logo, just $12.99. Stowaway utility box sets for just $12.99.
The Kalen's Google Eye football jig features a built-in glass rattle that creates the deadly combination of sight and sound. Its shockwave rattle system has been designed to call fish in. The lifelike rattle reflects light and adds a dimension like no other. Available in 3 sizes and 3 colors.
You can't choose the weather, but you can choose to dress for it. Blackfish Performance Wear provides the ultimate sun protection and cooling comfort. With Cool Core chemical-free cooling technology, Blackfish gear wicks sweat away from your body, so it evaporates quickly, keeping you cool, dry, and comfortable. And without chemical additives, it doesn't lose its cooling properties, even after repeat use and washing. When you need protection and comfort, choose Blackfish, because you can't choose the weather.
We're checking out 2 new products, the Blackfish Aspire rain gear and the AquaJet washdown by Johnson Pump. No, not me!
This thing is powerful. This is fun. The AquaJet washdown by Johnson Pump provides the highest PSI in the industry. There's more than enough pressure to clean up what's left after a long day of fishing. Johnson Pump AquaJet pump kits, the most efficient and most powerful boat washdown kits available.
Fill.
Washdown.
Aeration.
Get Johnson Pump at SBXFlow.com. Yay! Yay! Way to go, Blake Carew! Oh, that's a nice fish. We're gonna need that net up here. Well, no, you can flip him in. There you go. Nicely done.
Yay!
You worked hard for that.
I did, and I'm glad I finally got it.
We got a little drops of rain coming too.
Maybe that turned them on a little bit.
Isn't it? It's hot and humid, isn't it?
Oh,
out here?
it's so humid.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Hey, Maddie, just sitting and relaxing back here. Finally got a bite, buddy. Finally got a bite. And not a big one, but not terrible, you know. Yeah, there we go. That felt good, Matt, to get a bite after a while. But no, it's been a very unusually difficult day for Delavan, but this is a number of fish, Matt, that I think that you catch on a slow day, and that's a pretty good fishing day, the number of fish we caught today.
Yeah, an average day here is a good day at a lot of other lakes in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Ooh, look at that. These bass fight so good too, folks. Whoa, taking a little drag, Matty B. Taking a little drag. I want to keep them down. Blake, you might have to get that net.
Okay.
We got under the boat there for a while. Whoa, look at that, Slavosaurus.
Not that.
Hey, Matt, I think we got our 5.
I think
we got our 5.
It looks like a good one.
Wow. That could be, you know, I don't catch a lot. I just catch the biggest, right, Matt?
That's your
No, look at this, folks. This is a gorgeous bass anywhere. Look at that, Matt.
Beauty.
What is that, buddy?
I'll give you 4.5.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2019 fishing contest.
Eric Margolowski of Baldwin caught this 23-inch largemouth on Pine Lake on a wacky worm. Alec Riddle of Middleton caught this 41-inch carp on the Madison chain. He was bow fishing. Ron Heidenreich of Sussex boated this 44-inch northern on Lake of the Woods on a surface bait. John Green of Brownsville, Wisconsin caught this 61-inch halibut in Alaska. He was using a herring. And this week's kids winners are Chase Casper of Prior Lake, Minnesota, caught this 40-inch northern on Trout Lake on a husky jerk. And Carson Wondruk of Slinger caught this beautiful 22-inch bass on a WAC-O worm on Long Lake.
I go to Fleet Farm every week to find the hot new deals. Check out what I found this week. 12-ounce Scent Killer body wash and shampoo on sale for $4.99 and 24-ounce for $7.99. Also, men's 2-ply Max 5 camo hip boots for $74.99 and chest waders for $99.99.
Matty B, I got one here in the back, buddy.
Nice job.
And I don't know if this is going to end our day. We got a few raindrops falling. Ooh, let's see here, Matty. Get him up. Whoa, he's a dragger.
Don't go under the
There we go. Not
nice.
as big as my last one, but that's a beautiful fish too, Matt.
Yeah.
And you know, Matt, I always wonder, you know, when you're fishing deep like this, if time of the day matters or if they bite, you know, just really good all day long because it's so deep. But that's a pretty bass right there. Isn't that, Matt? That's a nice fish.
Really nice stocky fish.
Yeah, but does time of day matter? Are mornings better? Evenings?
Yeah, John, from what I see, and you spend 8, 9, 10 hours out here, there's usually one, if not two, good feeding windows. And this morning we didn't have it at all. Middle of the day we had action pick up, so I think maybe these last couple hours they might pick up one more time for us.
Well, we're going to get going pretty quick, but you know what? It's been it turned into a pretty good fishing day, right?
Yeah, like I said, the morning was really slow, and then they gave us a couple good windows, and that's what happens. That's why I always say bounce around to a lot of different spots, because when you get that good feeding window, you want to be on a good spot where you know they're living.
Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this. So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps? Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set? Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin. For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333.
From whitetail to waterfowl, Fleet Farm is your hunting headquarters. Whether it's buck fever season, mornings in the marsh season, or even make this shot count season. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it, because we have it all. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Well, the rain has fallen a little bit. Matt, thank you. And guys, did you have a good time today?
Great time.
Very
Thank you, Matt.
nice. Very well done, and thank you for the opportunity. Appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where we're going to fish it. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie. Listen, man, everything done, yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Hey, John Gillespie.